I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's election time here in the United States. And how exciting is that? So one thing to think about is, how is this election affecting your energy and your emotions and your ability to get the really important things in your life accomplished? Hey everybody, how is everybody doing today? I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about this election. I want to kind of talk about what I have been experiencing and see if you guys are experiencing something similar. So it's so easy. There's so much drama going on right now with this election in the United States. Especially if you are an American citizen, there is a lot at stake. So when you think about it, no president ever fully, can fully change everything. There's a lot in play for things to actually change and move in the United States. There's a thing called Congress and the Supreme Court and things like that. And I know that they are connected with the president, but just keep in mind, the president is not the end-all be-all in America for making change or making life how we want it. So keep that in perspective. That kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, because it kind of takes things down a notch to where there's not quite so much pressure. Yes, the president is important for how you see the direction of the country going. But what I really want to talk about is, how is this election affecting the quality of your life? And I really want you to think in terms of the direction that you are going in your life, and how is this election influencing that? I'm going to give you a little bit of my perspective. So I've always been very interested in politics. I actually married a political science guy, and he and I discuss politics all the time. And it's always been just a fascinating topic to me, very interesting. I love all the different players, all the different topics and things to think about. So there was a time in my life where I was studying it. I was an artist, and while I was painting, I would literally 8 hours a day, I would be listening to political radio and just studying all the little dynamics, all the people, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish. So I was really into it for a while, until I just realized it was just absorbing too much of my life. And so I stepped away and took a huge break for several years. Of course, I still had an idea of what was going on, but I wasn't just following it on the daily to know all the ins and outs. But then this election has come up, and it has sparked a lot of those same interests that I've had for my whole life, and I find myself really getting sucked in. I know I'm not the only one in this. I think right now, with so much going on with this election, I think the whole country is completely consumed with what's going on here. But I want you to kind of put things in perspective a little bit, because we still have lives, we still have to keep functioning, and hopefully you are actually working towards something. Hopefully you actually have dreams and goals that you're working toward, and you have to make sure this election is not getting in the way of those things. So a couple of things to think about is make sure that you keep your goals really close to your heart right now. I want you to write them down, and I want you to be looking at them regularly and really try to keep that at the forefront of your mind, because with so much going on, it's going to be so easy to get pulled away from that. So right now, whatever you're working on, have it in writing and be looking at it regularly, and really try to take notice of like when things are pulling you off the path of that thing. Another thing to think about is, like, just if you want to be following what's going on with this election, just set aside just a little bit of time every day to follow it. I try to say, around like 5 o'clock, okay, I'm gonna allow myself to read up or listen to a podcast. Sometimes when I'm in the car, I'll listen to some things, but I'm trying very hard to not let it consume my day. And so I want you guys to think about that. Just set aside just little bits of time to kind of gather what's happened in the day, but don't be consumed. And then the other thing is, we have to really just remember a lot of this is out of our control. We have one vote, each one of us, and that's really all that we can do. And so to get upset about it, to be like crazily trying to pull people over to your side, to be spending energy angry with people who don't agree with you, that's all just a huge waste of time. So really think about, get things in perspective here and think about, what do I need to be focused on in my life? Is this really adding inequality? There's so much bickering and fighting going on right now. That's not adding to anyone's quality of life. And when you find yourself in those situations, it's good to just step away, put it aside, and say, I'm not going to allow that in my life right now. Now, I put stuff out on social because I like to get a read on what people are thinking. I'm very curious to know people's thoughts and opinions, but when it starts to get ugly and people start bickering back and forth, that's when I'm like, I can't take that anymore, and I remove it. I can't handle the bickering and the fighting and all that. And people really just need to learn that everyone has an opinion here. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay if people have differing opinions from me or you. Everyone has a right to their own opinion, and we need to all really be respectful of that. And that's another thing that will give you a lot of peace. If you're constantly trying to fight someone who disagrees with you or pull them over to your side, that's using an awful lot of energy that could really be going toward the things that you really want in your life. So I hope you guys will take this to heart. I hope that it's helpful, and kind of all I want to do is just to get you kind of back on track a little bit, because I will fully admit I have fallen off the wagon a few times on this one and kind of gotten a little too overly interested and consumed with it. But in the end, all I have is my vote, and in the end, it's going to play out however it plays out. And however it plays out is how we're going to have to deal with it and live with it, and hopefully we'll find a way to live with it in a peaceful manner. That's what I'm really hoping and praying for. Okay. So please, you guys, just calm it down, get real, and say, if this is affecting my life in a negative manner, if I'm just spending way too much time reading and listening and watching this thing, maybe I need to step away a little bit and get back on track to what I need to be doing, because I'm going to tell you, time is going to pass and these months will go away, and you're going to wish that you had them back to be working on what is important and what means the most to you. So that's what this thing, you have to look at it kind of like a soap opera or a football game. Soap operas and football games are so easy to get sucked into, and there's so much drama and intrigue. You want to know what's going to happen next. But really, in the end, they're like a huge time suck. And you really want to be very mindful of your time and just find that peace within. You're going to find the peace within when you start to be very careful about your time and you keep working towards the things that you want to really be working on. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Feeling Good Mama. Just want to let you know that we hugely appreciate you. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel, and please like and comment on our videos. And please, anything that you need help with, any help in feeling good, we're here to serve you. So please reach out. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the flip side.